Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Thanks for joining the live chat session. Three main topics. Let me greet the participants first, then we'll begin. Nahom Architects is the first one, says good evening. Engesom Photo says hi, Mr. Sajid. IT, a relatively new name for me. How are you, IT? Is it your first time? In comment section. A here, A says, hello, don't ignore me today. I don't ignore you. A, I know you are regular here. Eddie fan joined too, says, hi Sajid, do you think now RSF would respond to TPLF by sharing evidence of TPLF soldiers fighting in Sudan? I'll respond to that. Dark Star here says, hello Sajid. Sammy S says, how are you? I'm fine. Sammy, how are you? Goitiom Gizai. I think Sammy, you were a member. Have you discontinued your membership? Goitiam Gizai, yes, TPLF lashed out at RSF's false claim to tarnish Tigrayan involvement in Sudan conflict. We'll analyze TPLF statement. He wrote that Tigray says, hi, Amora era, hello and good evening, Sajid. Sometimes I feel bad and sometimes I feel good. About what? About my reports? About my vision news? Dark Star says, hello Sajid, is the Northern Command Post now garrisoned by ENDF? Do you think there are ethnic Tigrayans among the station soldiers? Nati Haile here to Tigray Republic Media. You and Dubai and RSF are the ones lashing out at EPL. Tigray Media, Tigray Public Media. So he must be from some other YouTube channel. Sammy S is having problem with his credit card. Daniel Abate joined too. Haptamo Verku. Hi Sajid. I saw the news you pinned on Wazima, East Africa. Politics is complex. I did not pin it. Maybe. Are you talking about Twitter? IT says I've been attending and commenting lately, but joining a little late. Okay. Every dom says TPLF should stop putting its nose where it is not wanted. Yamaskan joined too. Welcome, Yamaskan, a member. How do you feel about RSF helping Fano with weapons? Let's see. Have you heard of any context between RSF and Fano? The news stories were firstly, as expected, TPLF issued a statement today. Not TPLF, Tigray interim government issued a statement today. What is Tigray interim government's position? How convincing is this position about the alleged involvement of Tigray fighters in Sudan? Secondly, Somaliland again spoke about its MoU with Ethiopia. It says the MoU will be implemented very smoothly. Thirdly, where is that Turkish warship which docked at Mogadishu port a few days ago? Marcus Bellaccio Tome joined too, says hi. I am not aware of any such development, Umascan. I am not aware of Northern Command Post soldiers' ethnic makeup. I'm not. No, I haven't tried Tij. I think Tigrayan police members are being reinstated. They're being deployed. They've been told to rejoin their work. I'm not sure about ENDF members. So we did hear a few months ago that Tigranian speaking ENDF members are being deployed to Amhara region. And some Fano groups confirmed that. So if they are deployed as part of ENDF, it shouldn't be a problem. Ethnic makeup does not matter now. Amharas, Oromos, Tigrayans, Far, Somalis, all are part of Ethiopian national defense. You Massagan, you should take some rest. Lilo, do you have any news about Barack Simon? Where we're hearing he has been his flat to America. I don't know. He was released, I think, a few months ago, and we heard that maybe the release was the result of a deal. I don't know about his whereabouts. Mesfin K joined. LM Gizao says Stalin and TPLF activists saying that soon stories from 4 kilo with UE. Good thing we got Mayus and news to be a spoiler for the propagandist. Well, uh, I don't buy this story that RB and RSF join hands to make claims about the involvement of Tigray fighters in Sudan. For me, I might be wrong, but it does not make sense. Tigray fighters fighting alongside Sudanese military against RSF does make sense. Why? Keeping in view the long-standing partnership between Tigray leaders and Sudanese leaders, starting from Umar al-Bashir, Malik Zenawi. And Sudan allowed Tigray fighters to use its soil. Sudanese military, when Tigray fighters were being armed there, organized there in 2021, Sudanese military obviously was part of that plan. So Sudanese military allowed Tigray fighters to use its soil. Now maybe it is Tigray fighters' turn to pay back to support Sudanese military. So this uh, theory makes sense. But the other speculation that maybe RSF and RB join hands to put pressure upon the TPLF, it does not make sense for me. Hey, news stories. Firstly, what did TPLF say today? How convincing is TPLF's rejection of RSF's claims? TPLF criticized it, condemned RSF's statement. RSF 48 hours ago said that Tigray People Mission Front soldiers were fighting in support of Sudanese military against rapid support forces in Sudan, where since April last year, fighting has been ongoing between the RSF and Sudanese military. We know that RSF is supported by the UAE. PM Abiy is close to UAE, RSF, and the Abiy alliance is very visible. On the other hand, Burhan, Eritrea, Egypt alliance is there too, supported by Hassan Sheikh of Somalia, largely. TPLF says that what RSF did was an attempt to internationalize the internal civil war. RSF wants to get international support by launching this propaganda. That is why it made false claims about TPLF's involvement. And the statement came from Tigray interim government, not from TPLF. Correction. The statement came from Tigray interim government, not from TPLF. Interim government says that TPLF does not have any armed wing. It's a political party. So the claim that its fighters are fighting in Sudan, it is unfounded. It's false because TPLF does not have any militia, any armed wing. Then the interim government is calling for dialogue, saying that it suffered because of foreign intervention, indirectly saying that Eritrean intervention made Tigray suffer, saying that it is against foreign intervention and all the claims were made by RSF are false and unfounded. So Tigray categorically rejected today RSF's statement. Now, I think we should wait for two more statements. Firstly, the Sudanese military will also issue a similar statement denying the involvement of Tigray fighters fighting alongside the military. We should wait for some humanitarian situation report from Sudan by aid organizations, by UN organizations. Welcome, Dr. Admaso. How many Ethiopian refugees are in Sudan? Where are they? How many have fled the camps? How many are still at the camps? How many are missing? So what is happening at the camps? Are the refugees still at the camps? We should wait for some humanitarian update from Sudan to, because we know that after the war in Sudan began in April last year, thousands of people, tens of thousands, entered Ethiopia from Sudan. And some of them are Ethiopians. Thousands of them are Ethiopians. Only 30,000 Sudanese entered Ethiopia. I think more than that, more than this number of people who entered Ethiopia from Sudan are Ethiopians. So we don't exactly know how many Tigrayans are left in Sudan. So let's wait for more verification. But TPLF has denied its involvement in Sudan's civil war. RSF claimed that it had evidence. Now, where is the evidence? Uh, I don't know, you Masgan, what's the problem? I think you should be able to buy your membership. So now it's the responsibility of the rapid support forces. Onus of proof now is on the rapid support forces. They claim that they had evidence. Where is the evidence? And by the way, they accused an entity, a political party, TPLF. If you show a few Tigrayans fighting in Sudan alongside the military, we cannot conclude on the basis of the participation of a few Tigrayans that TPLF is behind this move. To prove that TPLF is part of the strategy to support Sudan militarily, RSF will have to share convincing evidence. So, were RSF people bluffing? Do they really have proof? We'll have to wait. Now, burden of proof is on the rapid support forces. Dark Star says, do you believe the federal government will overlook the TPLF attack on military bases with the help of Tigrayan ENDF soldiers and allow them to be stationed in the Northern Command post? Well, I don't think that a large number of Tigrayan soldiers will be part of the Northern Command post bases in Tigray. Suleiman MS says, I trust RSF. Never let use is another term which is, I think, not an appropriate term which should be used for anyone. Nisabho joined too, says good evening. Are you Nisabho? Two more news stories. If Somaliland again spoke today about its MoU with Ethiopia. Dr. Isa Kaid spoke, the foreign minister. The Ministry of Information, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Somaliland issued statements. Somaliland says that it is finalizing the MoU with Ethiopia. The MoU will be implemented smoothly. There'll be no repercussions. All claims about repercussions are unfounded. Why is that the other party not speaking? All the statements are coming from the Somalia on daily basis. Somaliland saying that it is progressing, location for the bases finalized. 2 months will It will take 2 months to be completed, to be implemented. Where is Ethiopian government? Government just says that yes, MOU was signed, it is committed to the MOU, Ethiopian government, but no details about timeline, when will it be implemented. All the information about MOU is coming from Somaliland. But I think Somaliland was a little frustrated a few weeks ago. These new statements don't show any frustration on Somaliland side. Maybe things have been sorted out. Now, Somaliland is very hopeful that in coming weeks it could sign an agreement with Ethiopia. Girme says fire and grass prepared, and you are adding gas, and you're always against the Tigray people and TPLF. Don't expect me to be a blind propagandist for TPLF. By the way, why do these parties become so powerful, so autocratic? It's because of people. It's because of people who don't challenge them, who don't question them, who blindly follow them, who blindly defend them. Those who criticize the parties, the individuals, they are shown as traitors, they are shown as foreign agents. That is how these parties get immense powers. And then they just do whatever they want to do, no accountability, no transparency. That is why ask questions. People should ask questions. They should talk to their people in Sudan. They should talk to the family members of those who are in Sudan. They should confirm that. And if TPLF members are found involved in Sudan, then they should hold TPLF accountable. They should ask why. Can TPLF make such big decisions without taking people on board? Already we are seeing that there is no freedom of expression in Tigray. Opposition parties are proxies to some extent of TPLF, and even those proxies are not allowed to carry out their activities freely. One party rule. Those who fought, they are suffering, and the ruling elite still in power. And you'll never see a true democracy in Tigray if the situation which we're seeing persists. So people should raise their voice for a better democratic Tigray. But problem is that they are some of them are blind defenders of the parties, the groups in Tigray and the parts of Ethiopia too. And by the way, I've been saying, if you remember, that TPLF is a political reality. When Eritrea, ENDF wanted to crush TPLF, if you remember, back then I said that it would be futile to think that TPLF would be crushed. TPLF represents people. It is a political reality. This reality will have to be accepted. So we are not saying that TPLF should be crushed, it should be banned. No. But the decisions made by parties, by people, can be challenged. Questions should be asked. It does not mean that you are against a party or against a region or against a country. Bilal Asaya joined too. Welcome, Bilal, a member. Dark Stars comment is interesting, saying, Sajid, how does it feel to be accused of being in the pocket of every group in Ethiopia while simultaneously being against every group in Ethiopia? Yeah, that is what my plight is. That I am unfortunately in this position. Sometimes I feel alone, honestly. But I know that there are people who watch me, who keep me going, who support me morally, who support me in terms of giving information. These people keep me going, who trust me, and they're from all uh, sections of society, people from diaspora, people from all regions, all ethnic backgrounds, all religious backgrounds, from Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia, Somaliland, Sudan. So they want me to continue. They keep me going. Otherwise, yes, I do feel alone sometimes. Lastly, viewers, we'll keep the live chat a little short today. Lastly, uh, where is that Turkish warship which docked at a port in Mogadishu? I talked about the MOU, Spencer, that Thailand says it will be implemented smoothly. There'll be no repercussions. All claims about repercussions are unfounded. It is being finalized. So, several important things said by the Somaliland government today. Med Mahdi says, Salam Sajid, you are the best political analyst in the Horn of Africa. He's from Somaliland. Thank you, Med. Amora Era says, this is what I've been heard of your report. Sometimes, Sajid, I have to take NSAIDs, which is a type of medicine, to my stomach, but still now I've been with you for 4 years. So, did I uh, cause the disease for which you had to take NSAIDs? By the way, NSAIDs are not taken for any diseases about tension or anxiety, I think, if I'm not wrong. So you should be careful without use them without a prescription. Shafo, little late. Yeah, Shafo, we talked about TPLF. I just want to repeat for you. TPLF categorically rejected RSF's accusation, saying it is not TPLF, Tigray interim government. Tigray government rejected RSF's allegation, saying it is not part of the war in Sudan. It is proposing dialogue. Dialogue should be held there. Second, it is saying that RSF is trying to internationalize the conflict. It is trying to gain international support. That is why it launched this false campaign against the TPLF. Last viewers, where is that Turkish warship which arrived in Mogadishu a few days ago? Hassan Sheikh welcomed that Turkish naval ship. Nowhere to be seen. The when Turkish naval ship arrived, we heard from Somali activists that Turkey had come to defend Somalia's territorial waters. Though we heard from Somaliland today that Somaliland has sent a message to Turkey. It has made it clear to Turkey that Turkish naval assets cannot enter Somaliland's territorial waters. Uh, the ship arrived in the Maldives today. Maldives is in our region, it's in South Asia, close to India, close to Pakistan too. And this ship will end its journey in Japan. It will travel around more than 25 countries. So that ship, its arrival in Mogadishu was not about Turkey Somalia defense deal signed a few days ago. Rather, Somalia was one of the countries visited by that warship. Dark Stars comment interesting. Says Sajid, why do I feel like PP wants to slowly tear apart TPLF over time and remove it from the political landscape, even though they are holding at the time? Yeah, maybe PP would want to be the main player in Tigray. It would like to just dismantle TPLF gradually, though it does not seem very likely. It can't happen in days, weeks, or months. Well, same can be said about PP too. That maybe TPLF wants to dismantle PP gradually. It wants to regain power. Nisabo says, Saji, there are reports about RB having sold 30% of Tigray's land to foreign investors without consent of Tigray's government. I have heard about it. You're talking about digging for gold, for minerals. I'm working on it. By the way, who signs exploration agreements? Federal government or regional governments? I think federal government does, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Engesom says, I was adamant Sajid got it wrong about RSF's claim. Well, TPLF statement is what it should be. Why the TPLF is Tigray statement, whether Tigray is involved in Sudan militarily or not. So let's wait for more evidence to come out, if there is any evidence. Yeah, Yoni, we're going to leave now. Kira joined too. Muhammad Ali says, people of Africa are not too smart. Stop going to the ocean to travel to UK and France, Europe, and an Arab world. Then you die in underwater. Yeah, two incidents of boat capsizing in the last 1 month, I think. Ethiopian migrants died in two incidents, dozens died. In both incidents, Ethiopian migrants were trying to reach Yemen, crossing the sea near Djibouti, and they died. The boats capsized. It's a risky journey, and then no one knows what will happen there. So, yes, we should not support such illegal migration. But if people legally want to leave Ethiopia for a better future in the West, in Europe, in America, I think that should not be discouraged. People should travel, people should gain more experience, more exposure, more technological experience too. They can return then if they want to. Now, Koala, who's very critical of me, says, Sajid, why do you keep saying between Eritrean groups? The fight is between, I cannot read these two words, maybe some informal, strong words about non-Eritreans, about Tigrayans. I say what I believe in. The conflict is not between Eritreans and Tigrayans in diaspora. Yes, Tigrayans could be backing Eritrean opposition elements. Problem with you people is that those who support Isas Eritrean government, they deny the existence of Eritrean opposition. This is the main issue. You will have to accept there are people who oppose the government. Isas, they have right to oppose the government. Why do you want to silence them? Why do you portray them as if they are non-Eritreans? So just accept that reality, talk to them, Maybe they have genuine concerns. No problem when it comes to talks to them. Don't just dismiss them as Agames, as Tigrayans, as non-Iranians. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, Masgan, that is why I did not read that word. Shafo well says, Shafo, that's very innocent of you, by the way. How can Tigray intervene in Sudan without the permission from federal government? Is Tigray an independent country? 32 minutes have passed. I think we should end the live session. We covered three topics in this live chat. No lights here. I just turned on spare light, so maybe light will go out after a few minutes. So let's end the live chat. I covered three topics. Uh, TPLF Tigray government is categorically rejecting any involvement in Sudanese civil war, saying that RSF is trying to internationalize the issue. It wants to get international support. Somaliland says its MOU with Ethiopia is going to be implemented. It's being finalized. It will be implemented smoothly, no problem. Nothing will happen. And lastly, the Turkish warship, which docked at Mogadishu port a few days ago, is now in the Maldives. Did not come to Somalia to be deployed permanently. Rather, it is on a visit to more than 25 countries. Thank you for watching. Koala says, do your homework properly. Come on, Koala, get out of this nonsense. Think objectively. All day you write hateful comments just because you oppose those who criticize the government of Isaias Afwerki. Let people speak and have some common sense, please. Think about those who are suffering in Eritrea. No one is against Eritrea. No one is against Eritrean government. No one is against Isaias Afwerki. But governments are to be held accountable. That is what people should do. They should hold governments accountable. You living in diaspora, enjoying all the luxuries of life while people suffering in your home countries. So have some respect for those people. Just stop blindly following the narratives launched by governments who you are loyal to. That's what I can say. Thank you for watching, viewers. See you tomorrow in the next live chat session. Stay blessed. Bye bye.